behind me will be accepting any speaker slips until 5:30. And you can find them by the entrance if anybody's here and interested. I don't see any other council members to introduce, so I'm going to ask Assistant Director Steve Wenzel if you would like to come to the mic, and if there's anything, or if you want to just do it from there, that's fine. It's easier.
Thank you, Chair Ryan. Thank you for this opportunity to present the highlights of the proposed 2016 budget for refuse collection, residential recycling, and fighting litter across the city of Columbus. The Division of Refuse Collection is one of 4 divisions within the Department of Public Service. In 2016, the Department of Public Service has a proposed funding level of $106 million for the entire department. This will fund 822 full-time and part-time personnel that provide some of the most basic of city services, including refuse collection, maintaining and improving our roadways, fixing potholes and plowing snow, installation and maintenance of traffic signals, signage, and pavement markings to promote safety of the general public, publicly managed parking, and making Columbus a safer city for pedestrians and bicyclists. In 2016, we have a proposed funding of $33 million for the Refuse Collection Division, equaling 31% of the total department budget. This represents only a 1.8% increase over 2015. This proposed funding will support 228 full and part-time personnel that provide trash collection services to more than 334,000 residents every week, 52 weeks a year, regardless of the weather conditions. Of the $33 million, $17.3 million is related to personnel expenses, $125,000 for materials and supplies, $15.5 million is for services, $72,000 for claims and refunds, and $17,600 is for equipment. There are numerous programs within the Division of Refuse Collection. Some of our larger programs include 90-gallon collection, container collection at $4.3 million, bulk trash collection at $4.4 million, yard waste collection services at $3.3 million, residential recycling at $2.9 million, 300-gallon container collection at $2.6 million, and multifamily trash collection at apartment and condominium complexes at $3.4 million. In the Division of Refuse Collection, we will continue the city's residential and recycling program to more than 201,000 apartments, households, apartments, and condominium complexes. Also, recycling yard waste will continue to be collected the same day every other week. The recycling program has been a great success. Since the program started in June 2012 through October of this year, residents have recycled more than 103,000 tons of materials, saving the city $5.7 million in tipping fees at the county landfill. This will be detailed in an annual report on the recycling program that will be sent to City Council in February. In addition to the proposed 2016 budget, which includes the second year of a 2-year $130,000 contract for outreach to the general public to promote recycling. This will be similar to what we have done with outreach for the past 3 years, but the focus will be more on targeted, specific neighborhoods that have lower participation rates. The Department of Public Service is also home to the city's Keep Columbus Beautiful program. Every year, KCB staff works with thousands of volunteers from neighborhoods, businesses, schools, churches, and other community organizations to clean litter from Columbus streets. KCB has a staff of 3 full-time people plus 1 part-time position, all originally funded by City Council. We ask for City Council's continued support for these positions. As you know, KCB staff do an enormous volume of work each year. In 2015, KCB has worked with groups to organize 423 cleanup events. At those events this year, 8,676 people volunteered their time to pick up 198 tons of trash. Also in 2015, KCB worked with an additional 1,758 volunteers to conduct 47 beautification projects that planted flowers and cleaned up neighborhoods across Columbus. All told, in 2015, KCB worked with more than 10,400 volunteers to keep Columbus beautiful. That kind of work will continue with KCB in 2016. KCB will also continue its Pick Up anti-litter educational campaign in 2016. Pick It Up encourages everyone in Columbus to take an active role in ridding our streets of litter with a simple reminder: when you see it, pick it up. Finally, in addition to hundreds of cleanups in 2016, KCB will continue its most popular initiatives, including Kick Butt Columbus, which cleans cigarette litter from freeway ramps across the city. Plant Pride on Parsons along the Parsons Avenue, and working with numerous groups in Franklinton to clean litter and conduct beautification efforts with hundreds of volunteers from the neighborhood. The Department of Public Service appreciates the financial support and direction received from City Council. This allows the department to continue our mission of meeting the strategic priorities and providing the most efficient and effective service possible to the citizens of Columbus. Thank you, and I'll address any questions if you have them.
I'm very interested in the KCB. I think they've been a great program, and I personally have seen that in the neighborhoods. Do you also help with the civic associations when they have their cleanup time? Does KCB interact with that, or is it separate?
Yeah, they interact with all the different communities throughout the city to help them with their cleanup efforts. Okay. So yeah, they're very active in that role.
And that's mostly all in the springtime and summertime?
Yeah, springtime and summertime, yes. That's their most busiest season.
Good. That's
okay.
Great. It's good. Good program. Mm-hmm. And do they go out and seek more volunteers? I mean, do they have an outreach program that they do?
Yes, they provide outreach through the different vehicles within the community groups also.
Great. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And now I would like to turn the hearing over to my friend, Erin. Would you like to give us a report?
Sure. Thank you so much, Chair Ryan, and thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today. So the Mayor's Office of Environmental Stewardship was established in partnership with SWACO, the Solid Waste Authority of Central Ohio, back in 2005, and has continually been supported by SWACO since. At that time was the first issuance of the issuance of the first sustainability plan, which was entitled Green Memo. If you remember, you probably recall when that was issued. In January of 2015, the Columbus Green Community Plan, or Green Memo 3, as we call it, is the most recent rendition of the 5-year sustainability plan. It was developed with over 1,000 stakeholders involved in its creation. It has over 174 actions and covers the time period between January of 2015 and December of 2020. It also states in there that the Office of Environmental Stewardship will issue annual progress reports to the community as to the status of its implementation, and it's very metric driven. So the Office of Environmental Stewardship, in partnership with the Mayor's Green Team, which is about a group of stakeholders of about 40 external folks from throughout the community, as well as the Green Coordinators, which are 22 city staff that are assigned to working with the office staff. They act as liaisons into all the different departments and divisions to help carry through the Green Memo 3 plan. We're all charged with coordination and oversight of that plan's implementation. So the draft 2016 budget for the Office of Environmental Stewardship is before you. We anticipate approximately $70,000 in carryover funds, and these will be expended in the first quarter of 2016. The personnel funding for the Office of Environmental Stewardship will remain approximately a half with SWACO in the form of a 2-year grant and half with the Mayor's Office. The grant will actually be before City Council in your committee hearing on, through your committee at the council meeting on December 14th. The grant pays for 2 full-time personnel, the environmental steward and the policy advisor. And the mayor has also allocated the office special project funds to hire contractors, interns, sponsor events, and conduct pilot programs, which is the $150,000 you see in services. There are usually between 1 to 5 part-time interns working in the office at any given point throughout the year. And we have a great relationship with the Ohio State University. They have a program there called the Environment, Economy, Development, and Sustainability major. And we've been able to get really great interns through that program. There are also special grant funds that are received and managed by the office in partnership with the departments. So for example, we have about $19,000 from Ohio EPA to do glass recycling called the Recycling on High program, and that's in partnership with the Department of Public Service. In addition, the Green Spot Coordinator position is funded 100% by the Department of Public Utilities, but is co-managed by the office and Public Utilities Office of Sustainability. So that's the $69,897 figure that you see on the budget sheet. Also on the budget sheet, you'll see a breakdown of the supplies and services, and this includes the carryover funds from this year. So this is the $150,638 from the 2016 budget, and the $66,051 you see above. So this budget will provide for an expansion of the Recycling on High program. It's been very successful. We have over 30 bars enrolled, and there are additional bars on Park Street that would like to participate, and also further up on High Street, and the North Market would also like to participate. So we anticipate a grant from Ohio EPA, a continuation grant to expend that $19,000, and then be supplemented with our $10,000 as well to continue that program. We'll also plan on launching the plastic bag reduction and recycling pilot in partnership with SWACO and again Ohio EPA on the Morse and North High corridors. And we'll be partnering with groceries and other retail outlets to reduce the amount of plastic bags that are given out, but also increase the amount of plastic bag and film recycling that's happening in Columbus. The budget also allocates funds to educate the community about the local risks of climate change and create a climate preparedness plan. We also anticipate additional grant funds to supplement the budget amount you see before you from NRDC, the Natural Resource Defense Council. The budget will also provide rebates to at least 600 households for planting native trees as part of the Branch Out Columbus program. This will be incorporated into the Green Spot Backyard Conservation Program, which is administered through Franklin Soil and Water. The budget proposes to continue the support of education outreach for increasing recycling participation and tonnage diversion from Recycle Columbus. As Assistant Director Wenzel said, it's been very successful, so this will help supplement to provide funding for education and outreach to increase the success we've had on that program and do targeted neighborhood outreach. It will also support the development of an electric vehicle infrastructure plan so we can get a strategic look at where future electric vehicle charging stations make sense in the city and how we should structure the parking fees and services to electricity, et cetera, things that we have to figure out, and we'll be doing that in partnership with the Department of Public Service as well. So if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them, but thank you so much for your time.
Received some awards this year, didn't you?
We have, yeah, we've been very fortunate to be recognized both nationally and internationally for all the work that the city has done to advance sustainability. We've gotten, I don't even know how many awards. The Recycle Columbus program alone has gotten probably at least 5 awards, so
that's great.
It's been really good.
And how's the plastic bag issue? I mean, are you making some progress?
We are. We've been working closely with SWACO, and we have about 15 interested retailers and grocery stores in that North High and Morris Road corridor, which is really exciting. We're hoping to get to about 20 participants. There's no cost to participate in the program. Ohio EPA is extremely supportive, and they said they would support the pilot through a grant with their special assistance grants. And we'll be able to provide balers and infrastructure like containers and signage to those retailers for free.
Are you going to stay within that corridor, Aaron, or are you plans to go out next year?
For the pilot on 2016, we're planning on staying in that corridor and just trying to focus our efforts in that certain area, mainly for logistics, for collection of the plastic film and bags. It'll make it a little easier to coordinate. But also just to be able to kind of work with those 3 area commissions really closely and make sure the message is getting out to those residents.
And the trees, you're going to be part of the whole package.
Exactly. So the Branch Out Columbus program is, our goal is to plant 300,000 trees by 2020. to increase our tree canopy by 5%. Our tree canopy is, as you know, under threat because of emerald ash borer, so we're expected to lose about 200,000 trees citywide. And so we need to plant 300,000 in order to keep up, and then also try to increase our canopy as well. So we've got about 25 nonprofit partners now that have signed on to the pledge of Branch Out.
Good.
And Earth Day Columbus is actually going to be highlighting Branch Out as their theme, and our goal is to plant 20 to 25,000 trees during that week in April.
Great. I'll hold you to that.
Okay. We'll try.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from anybody? Great. Thank you very much. Thanks for a great job,
Thank you.
both of you.
Yes.
No, my name is Ivan King.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Ivan King. I'm the interim deputy director.
Okay.
This is Councilwoman Ryan. This is Ivan's first time.
Oh, great. Welcome. Welcome to the
that
council
he was going to
chambers.
have to be here. The Director Cavan could not make it and
Okay.
expressed.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to give you an overview of the budget itself. Ivan might want to speak on some of the projects that we've got going on.
Great. Thank
Within
you.
the department for 2016, a couple of them anyway.
Okay.
But as you're aware, the Department of Technology is an internal service fund agency. We provide services for the other 13 departments within the city of Columbus technology needs. We are funded in the 2016 executive budget at a $36.3 million. That is approximately funds 154 full-time positions and 6 part-time positions in the budget. We actually get a little close to 49% of our budgeted funds from the general fund, at approximately 18.5 million of that 36 million is from the general fund. The other 17.9 million is from the other fund agencies that we build, such as DPU and BZS, transportation, and risk management to make up our budget. Again, as I say, we provide technology services for those departments in managing some of their technology applications and projects regarding upgrades to those projects as well. In 2016, and again, I'll let Ivan speak to that. I think one of the top priorities on our plate is, again, the migration of the PoliceNet equipment into the data center for technology. So, Ivan, if you want to speak on that a little bit.
Yes, so beginning in 2012, there's an initiation to begin consolidating some of the police servers and their technology requirements. We've been consistently working on that since that date in 2012 and continue to strive in that manner. That is bringing over their servers that they have, continuing to connect some of their facilities via fiber to provide a reduced cost and better service to our division of police, as well as increasing the availability of the applications that they have in general. The police project has been a large project with us, and even as of today, we are looking forward to continuing to work with police for the delivery of a potential body camera solution. So that is one of our largest efforts that we are working with them currently on. As Gwen mentioned, we have also appropriated funds for a remodel of our data center. The data center was purchased back in 1996, and from that time we have continued to invest in the property and ensure that we, give it general upkeep of the very high-priority systems that are in that facility. And this activity that we are looking to do will increase the interior appearance, because over the years it has somewhat degraded, but it will also provide very important features to the facility, such as underfloor leak detection for water, which is very bad to have in a data center with all the electrical components.
That's it.
Anything else coming up? Is that,
That's a couple of the big ones, unless Ivan, you have some, we've got some other projects with City Attorney's Office to implement the matrix system and
talked
so
to
forth, HR
Director
with their
Gavin.
systems as well. So every agency has at least one project or more, okay, that will be a high priority in 2016 and getting that implemented, those projects implemented for the agencies.
okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Thank you. If there's no other questions or anybody to speaker slips, I thank you very much for appearing.